All right, y'all, it's Gents with Quantum Mobile Mechanic. Today we're going to be talking about some of the top 5 tools I think that you probably didn't know you needed. Let's go to get into it. First things up is actually going to be this thing from Wolfbox. This thing is absolutely fantastic, called Air Duster. It's meant for computers and such of that nature, but I use this a lot for cleaning like valve cover gaskets, or if the engine is just dirty, or I need to clean out an air box while I'm doing an air filter or something like that, this will do it. It's absolutely fantastic. I also use it when I'm underneath the car. If there's a ton of debris and rocks and stuff like that, I'll whip this out and I'll clean the underside of the car just so I'm not laying on rocks and dirt and grass and gravel and stuff like that. So really, really great tool. It also cools you down and it can blow off a bunch of the dirt you have on you and stuff like that. So a really neat tool. If you haven't checked it out, it's a little bit pricey. I don't have any affiliate links or anything like that, but you can get this on Amazon. I want to say they're like 90 or 100 bucks or something like that. Super worth it. It's got a battery meter on here, USB-C, which I love, and it's got a couple of different power modes. So that's low, which is pretty strong. It's got medium, which is also pretty strong. And then the last one is the turbo mode, I guess, is the high mode. You have to hold down the trigger for this one. It's really great. I mean, I use it for all kinds of stuff. Really great. So highly recommend that. Next one is going to be, if you've ever had to install a stretch belt, any vehicle, specifically for the GMs, this is a really great tool. I'll do a short on this the next time I use it. But basically, it kind of takes place of those zip tie method. The zip tie method is great, don't get me wrong, but basically what this does is it fits perfectly over that harmonic balancer pulley, and it allows you to put that stretch belt on. Really nice and thick. There's no stretch to it. This is a really good tool. Honorable mention are these cheap plasticky ones you can get. I've actually already lost one, I guess. And then this is another one from Lyle. This is a metal one. This is nice. The problem with this is if you're not careful, I've seen it done, this will actually chip a pulley if you have it on the wrong pulley, if you don't quite have it on right. So one of the benefits of having a plastic one is that obviously you're not going to damage the pulley. But the benefit of having a metal one is easy to see. You can pick it up with a magnet. If you drop it, there's also a magnet inside, so it does kind of magnetize to the pulley a little bit. And then this one's neat because it's an installer and a remover. So just a little honorable mention there for you. Okay, so up next is going to be these right here. These are called Relay Buddies. So this is number 3, tool number 3. This is Relay Buddies. Basically what this does is it goes on in place of a relay. It only has the power and ground connections, and boom, power on and off. I've used this so many times. This really cuts down on the diagnostic time when you're trying to figure something out. If it's a issue with the computer, or is it a fuse problem or whatever, this is good. And then if you don't know which one's the power and ground, just whip one of these out. These are pretty universal. You can actually look, and then you can see inside of the, take the old relay out and look inside, and you can see which ones are power and ground based off what we have here. So when you put your probe in there, you should know what to expect. So if you don't have power coming into the relay, it's a fuse or power delivery problem, right? So I'll do a long form video on these when I do my electrical diagnostics video, when I get around to doing that. But this is just a really good tool. I recommend that you keep in your toolbox. It's dangerous if you don't know how to use it, and always make sure it's in the off position when you go to put it on, because you could, and I have done it in the past, and when you have it in the on position, you put it in, and it kind of unexpectedly starts something for you. So really great for diagnosing fans, fuel pumps, starters. It's also good when you're going to be underneath the car and starting it multiple times, or maybe you're trying to find top dead center in a car. You can use this to kind of bump the starter. You can use it for just a slew of things. Really good, really great tool. Honorable mention, because we're here, something like this, seam ripper. Snap-on makes one too, but I kind of broke it the first week I had it. This is a cheap one from Amazon. This is really good for cutting through insulation and wiring. So I would recommend something like that, but that's not on my list. Okay, 4th on the list is going to be this right here, this little S-hook. This thing is fantastic. I've talked about it a few times in some of my previous videos, but basically what it does is it goes onto your lower control arm, and then you can use your pry bar right into there to give yourself somewhere to pry when you're trying to make room. Let's say you're trying to install a strut or something like that. some kind of suspension component or get a ball joint off or on or whatever, depending on how the ball joint's orientated in the steering knuckle. This tool right here will do it. It's really great. It doesn't really, obviously it doesn't work for like large pickup trucks that have like those super thick lower control arms, but it does work. You can also use it in the upper control arm as well if you're trying to make room there. So really, really great tool here. Highly, highly, highly recommend that. Okay, and last but not least, I did a long form video on this. Didn't get a lot of views, but that's okay. This is a thermal imaging camera. This thing is really, really, really great. I'm not just saying that. It really is a great tool. It's got macro, which I've used a handful of times, and it's got the actual camera. I mean, this thing, really, really great refresh rate. It connects to your iPhone or to your Android. You can buy them when they just have the USB-C, but really, really, really great tool here. This has saved me a few times when I've been trying to diagnose the cooling issues, specifically like does the radiator have the proper amount of cooling? And if you know how the coolant is supposed to flow through the radiator, you can tell, hey, it's either got a blockage. You know, I did one where I worked on a really, really old car, and it had so much sludge and crap at the bottom of the radiator. They were only getting about 3/4 use out of the radiator, and it was just putting so much crap and sludge in the system. Anyway, use this to kind of, not just because I kind of already knew the problem, but this is good to show the customer, you know, something like this. You can have it on your phone and you can just show the customer what are you looking at, and you can explain it to them to really help kind of sell something that really does need to be done. You could use it also, like I said, for diagnosing misfires. You can use it for looking for shorts, electrical shorts. Like I said, I haven't quite integrated this into my electrical short diagnostic routine yet, only because I already have I think a really good routine for that. But it's nice to be able to pull this out when I have it in an area to kind of see exactly where the short is. Yeah, it's just, you know, you use it in the AC system, see if you have a blockage. I mean, obviously you can feel, and you can use something like this to get the temperature off of something, you know, but this is nice because it gives you that real time. You know, it's just a really great tool. If you guys haven't seen my long form video on this, the world's smallest thermal imager, check it out, or don't, you know, I don't care. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you got some use out of this video. And if you have any ideas for future videos, put it in the comments below and let me know what you guys think of some of the tools I've shown, or if you think I should have shown something else. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.